everybody. Music Therapy Labs here with my buddy Alex Radford. See if I can make this higher. It's cutting off part of my head. Uh-oh, I'd have to tighten this. We got a little contraption holding the phone here. We might get copyright strikes because of the background music, right? But we are here for the Music is Therapy show here in San Francisco.
Funny enough,
You can see the big buildings in the background, right?
it doesn't hear it.
Oh, really? That's great. All right, right on. So you can't hear the music in the background. Just keep talking. That's why, because it's picking up our voice, right?
Yeah,
Alex, say something. Can you
yeah.
hear yourself?
Yeah, you can hear us both, but not
Oh, that's
the music.
awesome.
It's great.
Great. All right. So we won't have to worry about copyright strikes, but you guys can see the what they say in Hungarian, felhő karcolók, cloud scratchers. That's what they call them in Hungary. The skyscrapers. Yes, the skyscrapers of San Francisco here. We are at Red's Java House, one of my favorite hangouts pre and post game. If you do an afternoon game like today, 1 o'clock start, right? I'm wearing my Timmy shirt.
Come on, come on. I was telling me I would have worn my Winston shirt. Not crazy.
Timmy! Any of you guys know anything about baseball? There was this guy called Tim Lincecum. He was what they called the freak because he was like this sly little guy. No one knew what to expect from some little dude like that. But man, could he throw, right?
Oh, yeah.
Cy Young Awards, 3? Two Cy Young, yeah, back-to-back Cy Young Awards. So that's hard to do. But he was the best. Yeah. A frequenter of one of our favorite places, In-N-Out Burger. Used to get like the massive burgers and stuff,
like
shakes and everything.
About 10 by 10.
Yeah, 10 by 10. So we're at Red's Java House, where if you come down here, man, this is a hang. They've got the real cheap $50 parking right there.
Real cheap. Hey,
we got a front row spot because we came so early because the game doesn't start till 1, right? So we are going to talk live music because this is the therapy show, right? The music is therapy. You know what the show's all about, right? Yeah. Music and therapy.
I'm usually not awake for the show.
You're not awake for this show.
I'm usually just waking up.
Well, he's got his wake up drink. That'll wake him up. I got my wake up drink, coffee, and yeah, we'll talk live music because my brother Andy and I. Have you met Andy?
Yeah, he came to a game with us, didn't he? Or is that your other brother?
That's John.
Okay.
Tall guy. Yeah.
Andy's
well, then
a guitar player. Stream last night.
Yeah. Andy's he's a very talented musician as well. He can sing way better than I can. Certain things, you know. Anyway, Alex, we got to get together. Andy and I, we used to with a bunch of friends and my sister Monica and all kinds of people, you know, pros even would come by his place and play, and my cousin's house as well. We used to do jams every week. It was awesome, man. I really missed that. I was telling Brent just the other day, Magic Man, as you guys know him, how awesome, you know, it was to be able to just improvise and jam out and make up songs. We'd like make up stuff on the fly. Sometimes it was like magic, you know.
Yeah.
So I was talking with my friend Andy, who's not from Australia. He's from England. My Brit friend Andy, not.
Says our volume's a little quiet.
It's a little quiet. If we move in.
Sorry, we're on the phone.
We're on a phone. So is that better? Can you guys hear us better? Let us know. Is Johnny in the house? I sent him a link.
Johnny's here.
Is he trying to get into the show? Did you get the link, dude? Do you want to jump in or you at breakfast? He's probably at breakfast.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll move over this way then. So we can both be in the shot. But yeah, so what I was going to talk about today, it being a therapy show and all, is the importance and just the awesomeness, right, of live music. Alex knows. He's seen it from the dark side, though, behind the board. The dark side of live music.
The egos of musicians.
The egos of musicians and of sound people, too.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I've been around also so many sound people that they just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, they're more of like, if you come in for sound check and then they don't like being around the board for the rest of the night, kind of thing. So,
real helpful. Yeah. What is that job all about?
Being behind the board.
Yeah. And then
like,
not there.
I would always like, they would always like get me when anytime I would like go out to have like a smoke break real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
that was always like every time that they would need me. But I'd be like, cause I'd be around the board. I'm like, I've been here for 2 hours. We'll go take a quick little 10-minute smoke break.
Right.
But I always, luckily the bar venue that I was at, the smoking area was like right outside the bar.
Oh, that's helpful.
So, and it's like I had a multiple windows straight shot to the stage.
Man, back in the day, people just smoked wherever they were. My mom would be holding babies and smoking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the way it was
That's how
back
I
in the
grew up,
day.
yeah.
That's how you grew up too. So I was actually explaining this to my my new doctor because I switched doctors. Had a checkup. Everything's all right. My cholesterol level is a little high. Obviously, I've got moves now, so I've got to do some like serious strength training again. Like get back into the gym. And
Gotta get on the bench press.
I got to get on the all that stuff. I got to get back into exercising and lose some of this. Bits are all fat. Bits really there. Anyway, but yeah, live music. So Alex, what was your first live music experience, and how did that change your life, and how did it make you feel? I'm going to talk about the feelings of live music. Like, how does it make you feel, and why is it special and important in our lives as humans?
Well, for me, it was definitely like the community that it is with like, the people around you. Every time I go to a concert, I think my first, it was supposed to be Metallica or Korn. It was supposed to be my first concert. Didn't end up going to those. I was 5 at the time, so my parents were like, "Do you want to go?" And I kind of said no at the time. It was way before I was really into music a lot.
You were only 5. I mean, you were like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
I think like a year or two later.
Metallica version.
Yeah, I think a year or two later is when we can't remember because we did them.
That's still pretty early in life, like 8 years old.
Yeah, 6 or 7 is when I went to my first concert.
Wow, but your parents took you.
Yeah, my parents. It's been a big thing for us.
So they're into music.
Oh, very much so. My mom was a big Randy fan. Big Quiet Riot Randy fan.
Wow. So early days.
So that was her favorite person. Like Ozzy was her first concert.
Wow.
At Ozfest. But they took me to it was either Big and Rich, which was that country band. Save a Horse Ride Cowboy
stuff. Like I don't know, is Johnny Cash country? I like Johnny Cash. Anyway,
it's like Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. It's like kind of like the start.
Music, like
it was the start of like the
girls in cowboy hats and boots.
And it was either that or it was Kid Rock.
Kid Rock,
which I mean, everyone knows Kid Rock now, but back then it was when Kid Rock was doing a lot of the cowboy and all his metal rock stuff. Really
interesting.
And Down in Could Not Die.
Now they got Beyonce putting out hit records.
I remember it was always.
Who would have thought?
It was always the crowd, like just collectiveness of
the collective
crowd,
right? Yeah.
But then it was
the connection with people. I mean, that's what's beautiful about music is how it connects us. Last night, I was definitely experiencing that feeling in that Creed concert where Mammoth opened. So they were the first band, which I was a little surprised. Sevendust came after them. I would have preferred to have Mammoth come after Sevendust, to be honest. But it's all good. They've been around longer, obviously Wolf has no need for ego or anything about that. He's all there to support his friends. I know that Alter Bridge recently recorded their recent new album at 5150 Studio, right?
Yeah.
That's his studio. And he's been recording I didn't know that. Yeah, and you know that he's recorded all the Mammoth music himself
I know,
at that studio.
I knew that, but I didn't know that was his studio.
He inherited it.
I didn't know that they recorded on it.
Yeah, they record everything there. So Alter Bridge, they were talking about it because if you guys haven't seen the recent Tremonti video, one dropped day before yesterday, and I put it up on my Facebook and Instagram, I think. Go check it out. Links in the description, or I'll put it later. But Tremonti was interviewed by American Music Supply, another great online supplier. So I used to buy a lot of their deals with the days. Things. Musicians friend. Anyway, something. American AMS, I bought a bunch of stuff with them. Oh, really? Yeah, they're great. They have some great deals there sometimes. I'd buy like hack strings or all kinds of, there's like great deals you can get from them. I think as a matter of fact, it was either them or Pro Guitar Shop or whatever it was before they went away. That guy Andy used to do all their demo videos.
Yeah, Pro Guitar. Gear Shop.
Yeah, Pro Gear Shop or something
Yeah.
like that. But they're gone now. Now there's Pro Audio Star, it's similar kind of. But anyway, different company though. But Pro Guitar Gear Shop, that place was I think where I bought my Sonic Blue Strat, my made in Mexico one for like $400. Great, that's the one that I dropped the Vega trim into, and then Johnny Bean, like I'm like, dude, you got to check out this Vega trim thing. And he just since then he's been all about the Vega trim, right, Johnny? Are you there? Is that you wanting to join? No, that's just me, right?
Yeah, no, that's just your comment. That's just your comment.
Well, that's just my comments. Okay, so we got some comments. Let's see what Ian of Indy says.
Oh yeah.
Sevendust is good to keep the Japanese beetles. What? Beetles at your plants? Okay.
Yeah.
Alex is, yep.
Sevendust.
Yep. Okay. So that's it. Just to, oh no, there's more.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Big and Rich, Strings and Pucks. What's up, dudes? How was Last Fest? Last night. Yeah, that was, dude, it was awesome. As always, you know, Blackjack Guitar. What's up, dude? Matthew Stewart. I still got to send your package out, man. Yeah, who else won something I haven't sent? I know Peggy did. Holly got hers, I think, right? There's Johnny. He's like, hey, it's
Hey, dude.
hey, dudes. Yeah, I sent you a link, I think. You got it? Timmy, right, Timmy.
That's right, Rich. That's right, Rich. Go Giants.
Yeah, go Giants, baby. Go Giants. Baby. That's right, Rich. What's up, dude? We got it. Johnny keeps bugging me about the barbecue. I thought we kind of decided on why don't we do it the day of the Roth show, right? So we're going to be up in that area anyway. We'll come to your place and barbecue. I'll bring something. Tell me what to bring. I can bring some steak. Oh, you coming?
You invited me out to the winery, yeah. Or when we were doing.
Oh, that's a different thing. That's the Randy Rhodes Winery.
The barbecue too, but you haven't told me when.
Well, I can't be in charge of the barbecue invitations, so that's Rich's house.
Well, like,
But-
you invited me, but I'm like.
But I invited you to go to the Randy Rhodes Winery hang because that would be cool, right?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So at D'Argenzio Winery in Napa, right? So let's see who else is. Holly's here. What's up? She got hers. That's right. Holly, I'm glad you're here. Anyway, it's nice to see you. What else did I want to say? So yeah, so the live music. So it's all about getting together, and like last night at that Creed show, you could see everybody was having a great time with each other, like together, having different groups of people together, you know, and they're all having fun. But then everybody was there, kind of like one big happy family, just like the singer, what's his name, of Creed was saying. It's like we're like one big happy family, you know. And I think I posted a video on Insta and on Facebook where you could see, you know, how he got the whole crowd to hold up their phones and light up the sky kind of thing, you know, and it was awesome, man. But they killed it. They just Tremonti's tone, man. Yeah. And he's got that really cool new
That Tremonti's in Creed. I always forget that.
Yeah, that's
I
where he started
always
out,
forget that.
man. Yeah. You know what's crazy is he's in 4 bands.
I know, but it's
Yeah, 'cause he's got the Sinatra
'cause I
thing
get him
too.
on the other side.
Yeah. But what an experience it was last night. Great show, hanging with my brother Andy. I don't get to see Andy enough. You know, my brother Andy is like living in Concord, but he mostly hangs out at my cousin's in Oakley. And so I don't see him as often because I'm all the way in Livermore. But we're still kind of in the same area. But yeah, it's still a 45-minute drive to see each other. So we used to go to my cousin's in Oakley and have jam nights all the time. But now they're raising 4 kids over there now. So yeah, the sun is out, you guys. The sun came out. It was all foggy earlier, but now here it is.
I know. I was loving this.
Yeah,
I was
the
loving
fog. You were loving the fog because you came from the
enjoyed the
heat of the
fog.
heat of the forest, right?
Yeah.
The
But-
forest heat.
Then I would say, but the Kid Rock and Big and Rich shows. I mean, those ones I didn't. I was still a little bit young. I mean, I remember them quite well as for like the performances, but really, it wasn't until the next show I went to, which was Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
Now that was the one where it was
What-
like,
what album?
so that was like 2009.
Oh, okay, way into
Yeah, it was way later.
I saw them like in
It was
'82 or '3, was it, when they opened for Ozzy for
Yeah.
Mark of the
No,
Moon? That was awesome.
It was when they had just came. It was when they came back from hiatus
Oh,
for
okay.
many years.
So yeah.
But yeah, I remember that because there's one.
Did Neil still sing?
Yeah, that was when Neil could still sing. Yeah, it was still good. Like yeah, and that's when they came out with. I forget what album that's Motherfucker of the Year.
Okay.
That album that it's.
I don't even know any of their later stuff.
Yeah, it's like it's it's like that album, that anything that they come out with afterwards until the dirt and stuff, I don't know. But
Yeah. Did you
So-
guys see that movie, The Dirt? It's pretty wild.
so it was
They had that pie eating contest at that party in the beginning.
that was like Papa Roach and Buck Cherry opening too. So
you guys
Papa
know what
Roach is,
I'm talking about.
I'm a huge fan of nowadays.
Papa Roach, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on, man.
And that's when they just come out with Last Resort, the Cut My Life and the Pieces song. Yeah, so, but then really it wasn't until I went to Aftershock and saw Shine Down.
Shine Down.
Shine Down, and their lead singer, he does that like whole spiel, like we're all here as a family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's just like, oh, this was so nice.
Yeah,
It was so
right?
fun.
Yeah, it's like that togetherness that you feel in a crowd of 20,000 plus.
Or being in,
That's pretty crazy cool, right, man? That was a
yeah. Or being in like clubs where it's like you're jam packed in there,
yeah,
sweaty.
that's fun. too.
And me personally, I'm a person that likes to either I'm a barricade rider or I'm a mosh pit guy.
Okay.
So I'm very.
So he's right at the front.
I'm usually
What
way
he's
up.
saying. He's
Yeah.
right at the front, always getting
Always, yeah.
right into the action. I did that too. Once I saw when I was at the Dio Last in Line concert, my brother Andy was telling me the story. That was his first show. You know, what a experience. Like
Yeah,
my sister Monica too, and then she became Metal Monica, as you guys have recently probably found out. My sister played at the Whiskey with her band. They were the third band in I think a row of six, seven.
I think it's pretty good because that's
Wasn't
like the
bad.
spot you want.
Not really.
The
Yeah,
middle spot, actually, if you
it was okay. It was
you
okay.
don't want to be the last spot because then you
Yeah.
gotta stay there late, and you
You
don't want.
stayed there late anyway because you can't unload.
Wait,
till
oh
the end of
really?
it. No, because everything's. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be those guys.
They
You don't
don't.
want to be.
Wait,
You don't want to be that band taking your gear out while the band's playing. No, you
No,
can't.
I mean like it's not like when when they come off and stuff. You know, like break down your stuff.
No, basically you just grab your guitar and stuff, and the drummer does takes the drum parts, but everything was backline.
Oh, okay.
So the
okay, okay.
headlining band only had one amp and one guitar
Yeah.
up there, and they were mostly a
Now that-
keyboard kind of a band.
That makes more sense.
Feeding.
But yeah, that makes more sense for the whole backline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so, but bottom line is, we stayed for the whole thing. I took my mom back to the apartments that we rented, earlier in the evening. I came after Monica, my sister Monica's band played. But yeah, you know, that togetherness, like you're talking about, like when you're in a smaller club, it's more intimate. You feel more connected and intimate with the band. But when you're in like that bigger auditorium
Big
too, that's
festival
like that
amphitheater,
big theater we were in last night, the big amphitheater, or they call it that. They call it Shoreline Amphitheater, but it's really an outdoor, you know, stage, and
It's an
And
outdoor amphitheater.
it's an outdoor amphitheater, like
Hollywood
Concord.
Bowl or
Oh, yeah,
Rock.
yeah, right, yeah, kind of like Concord too.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Concord,
Similar thing.
Wheatland.
Bigger though, they have a bigger lawn
Yeah.
at Shoreline, and that's why you'll see bigger acts there.
When I saw your like camera, I was like, oh, that reminds me of the lawn at the Sleep Train amphitheater up in Wheatlands.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I've never gone to a Wheatland show, but I've often thought about it.
That's where I saw
Yeah.
Molly Curve.
There you go.
Yeah.
So your early experience in going to concerts probably influenced you to be
They're-
involved in the music industry.
It was. It was the biggest reason why. It was. Well, it's. I mean, wanting to go more backstage behind it came a little bit later. It's more of like I want to be on the stage kind of thing.
So you want to be a
Which is
player.
What I'm working for now.
Yeah. I know that you studied music, right? You went to like engineer school. basically, like you said.
I just went right here to City College San Francisco, the community college here. It's the community college here in San Francisco is just
Probably great, right?
they're amazing. The teacher there and stuff. She's been in live sound for over 30 years. Used to do
Wow.
live sound for Smashing Pumpkins.
Dang.
For probably one of the hardest people to do sound for,
I
Billy
bet.
Corgan.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's real particular.
Yeah. So
Don Henley and Billy probably, you know.
And then
stuff
she's,
is- stuff is-
grew up also doing the 90s at the sound at Bottom of the Hill.
yeah. Oh, Bottom of the Hill. Yeah.
so, yeah.
I've been there I've been to a lot of the clubs in San Francisco growing up in the area here for most of my life when I was single up until I was 35. So a lot of single, yeah, go for it, man. A lot of single life years, going to places in San Francisco, catching shows and whatnot, right? Let's see what else Chad has to say while Alex is refreshing himself. Get better angle here. Who was your teacher? Holly wanted to ask. Okay, we'll ask him when he gets back. Love that name. Something makes me laugh every time. Okay, backstage recording. What's up, Uncle Raymond? I already sent out the package to your gal, right? Your niece, Amanda. I thought she was painting that Ozzy like album cover thing, but that wasn't her. But I thought that was her because she's so talented. I wouldn't doubt it for a second. Yeah, the garlic fries. That's right, Bay Area Rich. That's right, the garlic fries. That's right. The garlic fries. Okay, this is weird doing this on the phone here. Oh, now it's just all messed up. Let me get rid of that. I have to get off the comments. There we go. I'm wearing my prescription sunglasses because it's hot. No, it's gonna get hot. It's definitely get the sunshine is out. So I had a few teachers. I had maybe I think I had about 6 different people teaching me music over my lifetime, and I went to maybe 12 lessons total, I think, if I remember counting correctly. I went to 1 or 2 with my mom for accordion, and I hated it. I hated it, Mom. Maybe more, but it was so traumatizing, I don't remember more than 1 or 2. Then after that, I got lessons when I might have been around 12, 11 or 12, 12 or 13. Something, I think I'm around 12 because I wanted to learn how to read the music better because I wanted to learn a song for the middle school talent show, and I played you know that song Spanish Eyes. It's anyway, I thought that was a cool song. I don't know where I heard it, but I'm like, oh, Spanish Eyes. Da, 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 da. That song. So I learned that on piano, and then because I played that at that talent show, I met my friend Corey, who was learning guitar, and he did a guitar song for that talent show. None of us won, you know. Some girl won. I think she was dancing around, singing Dancing Queen or something like that. Anyway, Alex, Holly wants to know who was your teacher? What was her name?
I don't know if you were around me this last year at NAMM and stuff, but her name is Dana J.
Dana J.
Yeah, she mainly did the live sound for
I
Smashing
think
Pumpkins.
we
Yeah,
ran into her.
yeah, we ran into her at NAMM because that's where I meet up with her usually every year is down
Very
at NAMM.
cool.
I do need to hit her up because she has my saxophone.
Oh my God!
So
So you have you do you know how to play saxophone? I've always wanted to learn.
Yeah, that was the first instrument.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, we gotta get you in the
That's I
studio.
didn't learn guitar. I didn't learn.
Where does she live?
Where does she live? Oh well, my saxophone's at the City College.
Let's go pick it up. I bet
I would have to hit her up, and right now I know she's in summer stuff. Right
summer
now,
break.
so,
Well,
yeah.
classes are starting. It's August
Next
you know.
week.
Next week, classes are starting. My daughter's classes are starting beginning of September at the university in Budapest. So she actually sang at a festival in Slovakia the other weekend, and right after getting wisdom teeth pulled out. It's like, girl, I mean, how are you singing? I was shocked. I thought she'd be resting up, but no, she's a go go go, kind of like me, like go go go.
So much pain when I got my wisdom teeth. Well,
She was in
did you
pain,
get
but
2
somehow
or all 4?
I don't know how many, but she said wisdom teeth. So I don't know how many got pulled. Mine grew in straight, so I never had a problem with them. They just
Yeah, I had to get all 4 of mine.
I had to get them pulled out once they got pulled because of candy. Anyway, but yeah, but the music experience, right? So my first live concert, you guys, I've talked about it before, was Beatlemania, the theater show, which was amazing. And it happened to be because my friend at the time, Sean Hamilton, man, I don't know, it would be great to meet Sean again because I haven't seen Sean since we lived in Colorado and I was a freshman in high school. I mean, we kind of broke apart in friendship, partly, I don't know why. I think just different, you know, different interests and stuff. But yeah, you know, he was a really cool guy. He used to invite us over his house all the time, and he took me with his family to Nuggets basketball games all the time. I must have gone to at least a half a dozen or more because when his brother, who was in college, was out of town, they had the extra tickets, so they'd take me. They actually took me to a Raiders Broncos game, and it was the first game of the year at Mile High, and it was right after the Raiders won the Super Bowl, and then we had to hold up these cards that were orange to make the sea of orange on that day, and we beat them. We beat the Denver Broncos beat the Raiders, the championship Raiders, first game of the season, the following year. Yeah, that was probably 1980 or 81, something like that. That was pretty cool. But anyway, back to music. So, but I've seen a lot of shows in Denver, living in Colorado during my high school years. But summertime, we'd always come back to California for the summer and stay with my dad and my grandparents and stuff, and spend most of the summer in California. And it was great. It was great having both, Colorado and California, both two beautiful states, right? Let's see what else is the chat asking. That's the last question that I see in the chat. But we're still live, so what else? So yeah, my Beatles experience. I grew up. I remember the Beatles were one of the bands that I first recognized as like, oh, what is a band? And this is a band, and they're important. There's something important about these people. These the Fab Four, And I grew up with Beatles music around. Of course, Captain Fantastic, Elton John. If you guys don't know who that is. You know what was really cool about listening to Samani talking in his video? If you go check out that video, it's basically like a rig rundown kind of thing. But then he also talks about his history with music and whatnot. And they got into pinball machine talk. So he's an avid pinball game collector. He buys like the machine.
Buys like the old ones.
And the new ones. He says the new ones are just as good, if not better.
They're really
He's really psyched about getting the new one. Really cool. Yeah. And he was talking about how he's on this like lift, where they send him, information.
Pinballs.
Yeah, well, like be the first is only the first ones to get him kind of thing, just like we are with gear.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see him go through his gear and his rig and talk about his amps and what he's using, and also his new PRS guitar. Did you see his new PRS guitar? He had a new custom designed PRS that looks kind of like a PRS and a Firebird had a baby.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. It's really, really cool, man. And it's his colors like that charcoal, quilt kind of top look, maple top, mahogany body, big body. But it's his favorite thing right now. He played that guitar most of the night. He played that like tiger eye color, that orange one, that PRS that he usually plays, and then he had that other charcoal one, his original first, like when he fell in love with his PRS. Did you see it? Oh no, you're watching that. Okay. Any other comments or questions?
Holly asked, what's the most important thing that Dana taught me about running live sound, or was it for studio? I was for both. She was just the full sound recording, sound live, any sort of sound recording, both recording and live sound.
So what was the most important thing you learned from her then? Like, what's something that really stuck with you that she taught you that you had to really understand that, hey, this is super important?
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. It's honestly, she said you could, like, it's more know your ins and outs is the main thing. But really go with the flow. It's going to be crazy. She's telling us.
Yeah, don't stress, man. Just go with it.
Telling us about like times where, it's because you got to think about it. It's more like most of the time for a live sound engineer, if you're doing your job perfect and nothing happens, you're not really going to be.
Yeah,
no one's ever going to notice you're there.
Yeah,
it's when stuff goes down. How do you problem solve it?
Exactly. Yep.
So that's probably what she taught us really well, was problem solving quickly.
Yeah.
And
having a thing to do.
Go backwards from what you plugged in last. Go backwards from there. Follow your chain down, kind of thing was always done.
Yeah.
Because
sound testing your gear before a show, I think, because I've done live sounds too, for the Hungarian Festival and stuff like that. Sometimes 3 stages. One time we had 4 stages in a sense. One was a museum that we had live music and other stuff playing, and like some kind of like public announcement kind of stuff, like background stuff playing, as you went through the museum. So that's something we had to set up. But one time I had sound in the dance house, sound at the puppet show and the inside thing, and then sound outside. So 3 stages plus the museum to set up in the morning before the 12 o'clock start, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you got the sound guys helping you load up and plug in and testing. And then you have the stage guys setting up the stage. Then you can put the stuff up on the stage. Then you have to do sound check with pretty much every artist that's there. Sometimes they're coming from overseas, like they were. I had to provide a backline a number of times of pedals and amps and stuff to guitarists or bassists. I'd have to go pick up the rental stand-up bass from somewhere, either in Brisbane or in the city. There's this guy, Alex, this Russian guy. He's really, really cool. He's got this bass shop, and now it's all in his garage. But I met another guy who's got a really great bass shop, and he's got some killer antique amps at his place in Burlingame. Met that guy, super cool guy. But anyway, doing live sound, you find out that, yeah, what number one you cannot do ever is get angry or show any negativity towards the artist, because you have to understand that when the artists are there to perform, they're stressing. They know that they're going to be performing in front,
sometimes you can.
you have to at some
Sometimes you can, but it depends on the
But
situation.
the point being is that, their expectations, if it's not met, you have to explain to them, like sometimes what he's talking about is sometimes their expectations not as previously discussed. And we'll have people bring up problems, and I'll say, yeah, and we told you this, and we told you if you want, a choir singing here, we're not providing a choir mic for outdoor.
Yeah,
And it's not going to be the perfect sounding thing.
and most of the time,
Don't expect this is going to work out perfectly.
and most of the time
because
that's
of that.
on neither usually the artist or the sound guy.
Right.
It's usually on the promoter.
The promoter or the
that
manager.
does not rely that
Right.
information.
Now, we always do, and we have them sign a contract understanding, because I'm part of that promotion team, because when I ran that sound, you're not just running the sound during the day, you're running everything that has to be set up according to their needs. And sometimes people would provide you with what their need is, and you tell them, okay, you want me to play back this track on the CD,
Yeah.
you got to provide the CD or the MP3
And
file.
tell me when.
And it needs to get to me minimum 2 weeks before the event, because we sound check everything at my brother's. I actually hook everything up there first,
Yeah.
label everything and sound check everything as if we're doing the show, kind of just setting things up,
Well,
like,
people, they bring it in.
So-
Kind of works as more of just another track. for
right,
the band.
that's
Right.
true. However, some of these people, like these old Hungarians,
Yeah,
they
okay,
only
so
have
older
the
groups,
music
yeah.
on, they only have the music that they're gonna come riding in on their horses, because there's like this thing where they're riding in on their horses, and they have this.
Okay, yeah.
And it's not
Little
live.
fanfare opening.
You have a fanfare opening, and they only have it on CD. And I'm like, okay, so then we had to buy
You guys have a CD
a
player?
CD player,
Yeah.
DVD player, MP3 player, all in one of these, like, devices, right?
Yeah.
So we can do that, but sometimes they don't provide you with the music, and you're like having to chase them down. And one time the guy says, I'm going to bring it with me. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
if you don't, you're going to have no music. And I was really messing with him, because I know the guy.
Most bands I've worked with now, they bring it in more as like a
Yeah.
backing track
Right,
of their own.
right.
So it
Yeah.
gets put into a DI box on stage.
Right.
So
So what happens is he didn't bring the music. And I said, well, I have it from last time. You're lucky. So I said, I'm going to play it. He's like, well, that's not the right one. And I'm like, well, guess what, buddy? You're getting the one that we have, because you didn't bring anything, So sometimes you do have to deal with that,
Yeah,
but I always go with the flow, and I always, like you say, go with the flow. What that means basically is just, don't make little problems or even big problems bigger by making it more of a problem. Just deal with it. So
And
go with the flow. Just
if
deal with
there
it.
is some sort of problem
make it
like that,
work.
Sometimes it's not, you don't want to go straight to the artist. Yeah, find the tour manager or find the promoter.
Right. Now that's some bigger things, like you've done some bigger shows and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
it's because
You got to deal with the manager. You don't want
the
to talk
biggest
to
person
the
I
artist.
had an issue with was when I did Afro Man, and it was because he needed a guitar and an amp, and we had a meeting about it 2 weeks beforehand, and I told our promoter, the booking guy, and all that. I'm like, hey, is Afro Man doing his just him show, or is he doing his full band show? Because he has 2 different ones where if it's just him and a DJ, all right, cool. Or if it's him with a full band, he's got a full drums, keyboard.
Yeah, you got to know what to set up.
A very different setup from the first band to the second through the hill, because the first band was a 12-person rap group.
Wow.
So they're all with SM58s, Opperman comes walking in. The time he has to come play with his full band, doesn't do a sound check, won't come in early, won't do any of that, and asks me the day before, "Can you bring in a guitar and amp?" And I'm like, "Got to use the Vola."
Oh, you used the Vola.
Yeah, I got to use the Vola. Yeah.
What
Was
amp?
my boss. My boss Katana. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Katana,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took Johnny's used it on a
Yeah.
show. As a matter of fact, the other night Johnny was showing the HT20 by Blackstar that he used at that Car Avion show at I think that was the Tiki Hut in a Tiki Bar in Walnut Creek. A very cool hang, by the way. That place is cool, man. But yeah, I loaned him my HT20, my Studio 20, and then he used his pod, the bean, the Johnny Bean pod.
Little bean pod.
The Line 6 bean pod, yeah. He used that for his effects, and it sounded great. So that's a tube amp, man. It's a nice 12.
I got a
by
little
12.
bean. I have a bean still, yeah.
Yeah, they work. I have the rack.
Never
I have
used
the
it.
Pro one with the footboard and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I should set that up in the studio now. The studio, by the way, you guys, has really come together, looking nice. I'm going to be getting the rest of the SSL controller, the UFC. The UC1 and the UF one will come sometime next week. I'm going to hook all that up with the mix controller, with the Rolly, with everything all at once. Get it all working properly. I got to get that other computer and the monitor set up, because the way that Rolly keyboard works is you have to set all these things up with the computer and the DAW and the system that you're going to use. So I was going to set it up at the LA event, but it turned out that they weren't going to have me come on. So that was one of the earlier questions, because it was just like from one band to the next, you got to run in there and just put together. And there's no time for stuff like that at all.
You would have to set it up when they all set up.
And it was, and so with us not having done that together yet anyway, it would have been awkward in the first place to try to pull something off where it looked like I'm playing their thing. I could have played the thing that they wanted me to do, but only that one keyboard part. But there were other parts to that backing track that were like sounds, So the way that Todd does the backing tracks for their intros to the songs is kind of cool. It's kind of like cinematic stuff, but that's why that keyboard would have been perfect for that, because it makes you cinematic kind of sounds. But the problem is that we haven't rehearsed that for a live set, and you don't want to just walk up and do that on the fly, And you can't at the Whiskey, because it's like, there's 6 bands and boom, 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 one to the next, to the next, to the next. So you can't mess around. Monica actually was a little pissed that they didn't tell her. Communication is another very important part of.
It's like I would say like that's the other big one.
He didn't know because of who her boyfriend was, the guy who's managing it all, and she didn't know because maybe he didn't ask. So they just told her, "Oh yeah, they'll have everything for her. She just needs her cymbals and her, own pedals."
When you're told that you're getting a backline drums,
Here's the thing though, they did have more toms, but she didn't know that she could ask for another tom. She's like, "Oh, it's only one tom there." And then finally, when we're setting stuff up, the guy says, "Well, it's too late that you're asking for it now." And she was a little pissed about that, because
whoever told them about the backline should have told them what the drum set could handle.
Well, I think the communication was not. They did communicate that they have everything that they need, but Monica didn't know that it's not just what's up there. They can grab other stuff.
Well, that's what I mean. It's more of when most people think about like a backline drum set. It's most of the time it's usually at least 2 to 3 tom drum set.
Right. So there was just a 1 tom set up there, and no one in the prior bands asked for another one, and she didn't know, and she's like, "What's this? Just 1 tom?"
Everyone was in the same boat as her, just like
the beginner bands, and the end band didn't even have a drummer, so they didn't even have the drum set up there. So, but
they should have catered more to you guys.
Yeah, right.
Like every other band.
The bottom line was communication is a big part of making live sound work out. You have to be very open, and you got to go up to the artist and ask him, "Hey, what do you need? What, this is what go over the list you have of what they asked for, and is there anything else, and I always bring, well, in our case, those things, that's all done way ahead of time.
That's
so, yeah. And of course, we always let them know that this is going to be 360 live, camera recorded throughout the whole day. So if you have an issue with any of the stuff you're performing going live to the world, you signed already on that. So that's happening. Other people are going to be recording and posting your stuff. So there's things like that that occur on live, settings. But yeah, going with the flow. When you're the sound dude or dudes, you got to have a team that you can trust. When something goes down, they know where to find you. You have clear communication, and you can take care of problems like that. And because they will happen. And I remember I was coaching my cousin Joe on this. I'm like, dude, expect this shit to hit the fan. Yeah, at least once, if not more, during the day. So when I did be cool when it happens.
When I did that Afterman show, I knew by the time that the first band came in, that it was going to be, oh, I'm going to need help kind of thing. And because they told me, oh, it's going to be kind of more just a rap DJ thing, I'm like, oh, I got this by myself, no problem. First band comes on, and they start telling me all this different information. I was like, huh. Luckily, my other sound engineer that I usually work with, he like just texted me maybe 5 minutes beforehand. He was just trying to go to the show. And I was like, hey, do you and your girlfriend want to come in for free? And I'll give you guys $60 and you guys help me with Afterman. Right on. And they were like, hell yeah, no problem.
So that's also how the Hungarian event's a volunteer event too. So we all volunteer to set that up and put it together. And you offer someone a free day at the event to come help you for an hour or whatnot. So sometimes I have a number of volunteers who know nothing about sound equipment. They're just like, I can carry this to the truck people, right?
Yeah.
Back and forth. And I had this one guy one time hooking up the speaker the wrong way. And I'm like, no, stop. Don't touch something you don't know what you're doing, dude. Just set it up like I told you. And then we'll come and do that part. I'll give you something else to do, But yeah, you have to clearly communicate things, because the events that people are coming for, they're coming to have a good time, Nobody wants to hear from the band that the sound is no good or nobody wants to be at a show that isn't sounding good and going off well. That just wrecks the whole thing, right?
As a sound engineer, that could be possibly on your fault, not the band.
I mean, here's an example. I went with my friend Paul, who was at the game last night, the show last night. He took his wife, Kimberly. They watched it from the seats. Andy and I were in the lawn. That's why we're so far away, because we got there later. Because we went and hung out with them at their place before we went to the show. So we didn't get in early and grab an early spot or whatever, But we prefer the top anyway. When you're on the grass, it's nice because the bar and the bathroom and everything's right up there. And you see it fine. I mean, you hear it fine. It sounded great, to be honest. It sounded great. But yeah, the bottom line is that Paul, what was I going to say about Paul? Damn, get off on a tangent. So, Paul, there was something I was going to say about Paul.
And it's got to go with sound engineering, so.
I don't remember now. I forget. He'll come back to me. That's funny. If I had the last track, I'd hit that button right now. If Johnny was in the show, is Johnny even going to join us? I don't see anyone there like waiting for us.
I don't know. I haven't really been on StreamYards as a.
I'm trying to see because on the phone we don't use StreamYard very often.
I would use one. No, it's just us.
It's just us.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. You can always send me an invite and see what it looks like.
That's all right. We're good.
But yeah, I'm keeping comments.
But there was something about Paul I was going to say, but I can't remember now.
But yeah, Holly, Dana's company that she works for is the Sound Girls and stuff. They go around the country and stuff. It's the old sound engineer at Pearl Jam that goes around the country, and she teaches, does a 2 or 3 day sound camp for any sort of girls or ladies that want to get into the sound engineering.
It's a tough field, right?
For females, it's just a very male dominant field. I'll say, at least from when I've worked with Dana, we've never had a problem. But I could see how her growing up and coming through the last 30 years is.
Just yesterday, they had the very first baseball game, Pro League, with a female rep. First female umpire rep.
So yeah, I could definitely see.
I mean, the glass ceiling is you know,
The funny thing is,
or whatever they call it.
I worked with that company way before I ever even went to sound college or anything.
Wow.
My band did actually
Oh, no
did
kidding.
stuff for them when they came through my town.
Wow.
Because my town has a venue and it has the Red Hot Chili Peppers old touring sound.
No kidding.
It has the full from whatever
Wow.
the very big whatever Red Hot Chili Peppers like most famous album. It's
Dang.
their touring equipment from that year.
That Sex Magic one, or what?
But it's like the board, the speakers, all of everything from
Wow.
what they would tour around with. They put it into this one building, and then
Dude, can you
road-
still go there?
Yeah.
Let's go there. Road trip.
uh, road trip just
Yeah.
just come up to my town.
But you know what I mean? I mean, these are the things that, to me, it's like part of history when you get to partake. Like going to the whiskey, seeing my sister play there. My
Yeah.
mom got to see my sister play at a famous Hollywood bar, even though it's not the same as it was
You're gonna play on the
before.
Sunset Strip.
You know, she got to play there, right? Sunset Strip. We went to the Rainbow Bar and Grill, had a great meal there. By the way, the food there was awesome. And I got a
So the
few
Rainbow is where I wanna
swag
go.
items from there. Yeah, the Rainbow, right?
Yeah, that's where I want to go right now.
That- Yeah. Well, next time, damn, dude, let's make an extra day.
Okay,
Take an extra
yeah.
day and go do some
Well,
stuff like Norms, the Rainbow.
I also,
you know,
go to Universal. Like if I was
So you
gonna
want to
do- if I
spend a
was-
day at the Universal?
if I was gonna do like
the park, like the rides and stuff.
yeah, because I want to do the VIP tour because I've
Okay.
done it before back when I was younger. So they do the full VIP tour.
Yeah.
You get to actually like get off the trolley and walk around basically the Back to the Future Square.
Oh,
and
that's
all
cool.
of the clock tower and everything. And
All right, let's
like
do that.
you can actually touch the clock tower. and
Let's
stuff.
do it. Let's do it.
It's $300, but it's
$300,
Here's the
but
thing,
you
then
know,
you get
it's
fast pass,
150 anyway. So
free lunch. Like it's like food. Like you get a lunch included. Like there's a bunch of things that come with it. It's like
let's do it.
you'd already
I can
probably
split the money.
yeah, you'd
right?
probably be spending that much money anyway if you just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, when I went to Star Wars Disney, we spent that much money anyway because I got the sword, the black saber, and all that
Oh,
stuff.
did you do? Wait, so you did the
I did a
you did
fast
Sammy's
pass.
workshop?
I just bought one ready made
Oh.
there because we didn't want to waste the time on that. We wanted to
No, yeah,
like,
you didn't.
ride
Do,
stuff.
didn't do the full Star Wars like the lightsaber experience where they take you to
No.
the workshop and build it.
No, I went into that shop and checked around and stuff, but I wanted to get the dark saber and they didn't have
Oh,
that
okay.
yet as a
Yeah.
build it yourself. It's like basically go.
They still
So you have to go to a shop where you bought the dark saber, and I have one of the expensive
That should
ones.
have been like what $200
Yeah.
$200 saver.
Something like
Yeah.
that, yeah. But back to the live sound thing. So tell us, like, outside of your experiences and like in music, the live sound experiences probably had good and bad times, right? So like,
Oh, of course.
what were some of the really cool, special good times that you remember? Like,
I will always
some of the,
go.
like memorable, like, wow, this would have never
mean,
happened
the
if I
very-
wasn't
The
doing
very first
live sound.
more like the very first live show I ever did by myself. Well, I guess two, because there's two live shows I did by myself for the very first time. One down here, actually, over in Oakland. But that was for a children's show. Very different than what I've ever done. You know, it was more of like a children's play along, sing alongs. type of show. But probably one of the most fun ones I've ever done. But very stressful because it was the very first one I ever did at 18, 19. So
That's right out of
I was
high school, man.
right out of high school, and the teacher from here was more of like, "Hey, do you mind taking the school board over to Oakland and going and do this?" And I'm like,
And you're like, okay,
"Sure."
I'll get right into the frying pan,
Basically, yeah,
right into
she
the
said,
fire
"Here
with a
you
bunch
go."
of children.
Yeah,
Oh my
with
God.
kids. The worst.
But you had a great time.
I had a great time, but I remember I was stressed. You know, I was stressed about a lot of things. Overthinking stuff. That was a lot of
want to blow it. So that's
Yeah.
always the stress. Is like you don't want to make a mistake or blow it, and everyone's looking at you, and you know.
I learned to like, okay, it's not.
That's the whole
Sometimes
thing
it's
about going
not
with
a
the
big
flow,
deal. Yeah,
right? To
that's-
go with the
yeah.
flow is a big, like, good advice. Like, hey, man, stuff's gonna happen. Just
Yeah, I learned like but then it was
be
the
on it.
very first time I ever
let it
did
go.
at the venue where I did Aquaman, where I worked for multiple years. That venue, just the very first show I did there, rock concert, punk bands and stuff, all local bands of my town. But they were all three good bands. It was just a great night. Some difficulties of, especially drummers like hitting mics. Especially
sure.
clip on mics to the drum sets. So always having to figure out what's the right time to run on stage.
It's called duct tape. You ever see like duct tape on a lot of stuff on a stage? That's because, you know, no matter how well you think it's going to stay in place, it starts moving around on you.
Yeah, duct tape's always
Well, like what we would do is we would use for the different mics, because sometimes we'd have like a live folk band that had a cymbalom. You know what a cymbalom is? It's like a big piano harp, but flat that they hit with mallets.
Okay.
They're kind of thing. In Hungarian, we call it a cymbalom.
Oh, wait.
It could be called a zither. It's big like that, and
You mean a xylophone?
it's not a xylophone because it has strings on it like a
it has
piano,
strings.
just like a piano harp.
I know,
It's like a tabletop.
It's the hammer.
Yeah,
thing.
they use the
yeah.
hammering thing. It's
Yeah.
dulcimer maybe too.
I
Right?
think that's
That's another term for it. Yeah. So the dulcimer. So we have that mic stereo left, right at the top, and one from the bottom. Then we have, so there's 3 mics on that, and then we got a vocal mic on him. So there's 4 mics on that one guy. Then we got the singer. Sometimes there's 2. So you have a second mic that's got an on-off switch for them. Hopefully they know how to use, which I always have to walk them through. But most of them know.
that's
And
the other.
There's cues. You have to have cues. Like you could get like this means this. That you know you have cues
Okay, yeah.
for certain things. And then
Yeah.
every mic has a ribbon. Well, not a ribbon. At first, we started with tape, colored like tape, but
Oh,
that gets
okay.
gooey.
I was gonna
So-
say you're gonna have to use when you say microphone and ribbon, you're gonna have to say something a little bit different.
yeah, sorry. Not
Because there's ribbon mics.
Yeah, so we used to color code
Oh.
the mic so we know which mic was what channel. So you had, you know,
Yeah.
12 different mics up there, and how many colors can you possibly see from far away? It's not that easy, right?
Yeah.
So I came up with this plan. Well, some of them are pink, but with black stripes going through them. And then there's the blue one, and the blue one with black stripes going through them.
A
So
little
we
pattern.
found a way to like figure out which mic was what. And even though you set it up, you think you would remember which is what, but sometimes, you know, you want to see which one's feeding back or what's going on, so you know how to fix
That'd
it.
probably be like my biggest downfall of what I would have problems with is trying to when
Find which
bands
mic.
when bands would switch.
Yeah, and you don't know,
because
like
we would
move the mic.
clear down the whole band
Yeah.
most of the time, unless we were told about a backline
Right.
fit. And most of the time it was just a backline, just the drum set. So everyone else always broke down. Remembering all the cables.
Right. So the
But-
color coding we used were like, you know, fluorescent or whatever color, like
Yeah.
tape. But then the tape, after sitting outside in the sun, it gets gooey. So after the
Oh,
first
yeah.
year, we're like, okay, no more using the tape. So then we went to Velcro. We bought Velcro
Oh.
that were multicolored Velcros, and then we had one of the Velcro on the end of the one at the board, right? And then we had the one that
Mhm. Yeah.
that was up there, and then
That's
you
what
knew
we
which
usually
was
yeah,
what.
that's what we usually
So-
do now. That's how we would usually that's how we would do everything for like if we were doing all the monitors.
Right,
and
we were doing
the amplifiers.
everything.
Yeah.
We set everything. There's nothing there. It's a field, and you have to set
Okay.
everything up there, dude.
Then-
everything.
See,
There's
mine
no,
would be out of
you don't
venue.
walk
So I
into
would
the
have,
venue. No, this is like you bring your own mic box. You bring the
Yeah.
mixer. You bring the laptop. You
see,
bring
I actually
everything. It's
this
like
group of
it's a big
guys-
job.
Yeah, this group of guys wanted me to do these shows, and I did it for a second for them. But here, I would say also what the big issue was, at least in my area, people don't want to pay sound engineers
Right.
the price that they
Well,
want. So they would
We
ask
never
me
got
to do,
paid. It was
yeah.
free. It was volunteer work.
Yeah. Well, they would be like, $75 to do like 5 bands. I'm like, no. I
How about $75 an hour for the 5 bands? Yeah.
it's 20 to 25 an hour. Now it's actually 30 to 35.
Good.
in
Yeah,
inflation,
at least.
But
Well, you know, cost of living in the Bay Area, especially. So let's see if there's any more questions. We're almost at the hour here. We started fairly on time, right? When does the park open? 11:30?
11.
11? Okay.
Yeah, so it's 11:05.
We're gonna get a World Wrestling Federation style Giants belt today, which is super cool.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
R.I.P. the whole folks.
Hulk Hogan, yeah, it's kind of a Hulk Hogan remembrance of the great Hulk.
It's also just something different.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
fun, something
Yeah.
fun.
I was like, oh, this is a different.
They were doing pretty good, but I think they kind of dropped off.
We're doing good.
big
We're
time.
doing a little bit of good again.
Are we?
This whole thing is like
in it?
we're in a match of
So we might still be in it, you guys. 'Cause the Giants say, hey, 2010 when they squeezed their way in 2010 and then they won in
We still got
again in
we still got
2012
about
and
2 months of games, and we're about
2014,
games back.
3 World Series in 6 years. That was pretty
I
cool.
mean, yeah, we could be as bad as like the Cubs, where they didn't win a World Series for 100 years. Yeah, we're 4 games
Don't
back
even
in the
think
wild
that.
card. Yeah, we're 4 games back in the wild card with 2
Okay,
months still
no,
left.
there's
Still
still
possible.
time. Totally
Yeah.
possible. Because I thought you told me they sold off some of their good guys or something. What
We went at the trade deadline. We went into sell mode because we were doing very bad.
Yeah.
And stuff. But basically, it was so we no longer have Camilo Duvall, we no longer have Tyler Rogers, and we no longer have Mikey Strumsky.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. Camilo Duvall's with the Yankees.
Yaz is gone.
Yaz is with the Royals.
Damn.
Tyler Rogers
Yaz is
is
cool.
with the Mets.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I think we just need to cross our fingers and hope, the coach can manage them through it, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's at the moment right now.
They didn't get rid of the big players. But
No.
Yaz,
Duvall and Yaz were kind of the two. And Tyler.
Tyler.
Here's the thing about Tyler. His contract actually ends this year. And so he would have been a free agent at the end of the year anyway. He's already saying, yeah, you guys traded him to the Mets. I might come back to the Giants. he's already saying when I hit free agency, just re-sign me. I'm good.
So he made a little money.
No, yeah, it's more like he knows he made a little money.
He knows how to make a little money.
He got the team a couple more picks.
There you go.
So a little bit,
He helped out the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
And the Mets they're in the wild.
They're actually pretty good.
Yeah. So we also sent him, who's been around with us for almost 10 years, sent him to a team that possibly get into
That's true. He might make
playoffs and
it.
stuff.
Make
So.
it. Yeah. It would be crazy if we played against them.
We did the week after. Literally, we traded him. In the next series, we played the Mets. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that's Giants talk though. So back to the music talk, and we're gonna end it soon. Yeah. So my experience is doing live sound has always been a lot of fun. I don't know what it is, but I rise to the challenge. You know what I mean? My wife even says, you like to stretch out, right? You purposely wait till the last second on everything, don't you? It's like, no, it's that I'm always doing a lot of stuff and I try to squeeze as much into life every
I've always been
moment.
told that, like, you can tell that I'm in the zone when I'm doing this.
Right?
Yeah.
And so some people are just built that way. Being the oldest, I always have to be the one responsible. So I kind of learned how to especially delegating to others, but also knowing what they're capable of and not, because sometimes your expectation on someone, you're gonna set them up for failure, and you don't want to do that, man.
Yeah.
I always tried to manage things in a way where you brought them up. You don't make them feel bad or stupid because they didn't know how to hook up a speaker, or they shouldn't wrap it around like that because they're gonna cause some problem. Things like that, you teach them, right? And then next thing you know, they're handling stuff like some of these guys are doing right now. They're handling it on their own now. I don't have to probably go anymore. They have a new venue for these events, I think, but we'll see how it works out. Yeah. But they're using the Behringer Air.
Oh, the X16.
Yeah. So they've got a lot of experience with it. They know it better than I do, but I know it just from working any kind of live sound DAW thing. It's the same thing.
If you use the DAW or any sort of live board,
you know what button not
in a computer that you have to use a mouse for and stuff.
The problem with them sometimes, I always tell them that you guys have to be always there and ready when there's going to be an issue with a mic. Outdoors, you have a lot of feedback issues out there.
They're on an iPad all the time too. Like their board is an iPad.
Well, they've been using. We do multiple controls because we always have somebody outside too.
But I thought the Behringer XR is only an iPad board.
I know that there's an app for it that we use on the laptops.
No, okay, yeah. Laptop.
So
okay,
the laptop and the iPad, they have both.
Because how we call it and stuff is in the box.
In the box. Yeah.
So
in other words, in the box means it's going through a computer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is what an iPad is.
Instead of you having to be able to have the faders and stuff that you can physically
you can if you have a touchpad, right?
Yeah, if you have like one of those control surfaces like you have with the SSL.
Yeah, the SSL. Wait till you guys see that shit working, man. Anyway,
I remember coming into your studio the first time, and I remember that was the first thing I looked at. I was like, "Ooh, the SSL."
Wait till it's set up. You got to come over more.
Well, that's what I was.
That's why I got the couch there. You can sleep there because
well,
we can create some music, man. That's the whole idea. Is create the
Sunday.
music.
If it wasn't like Sunday, that's the only
Yeah,
thing.
right.
It's on weekdays I can come down really easy.
Oh, okay.
So it's apparently on weekends it's when the one train doesn't go.
Oh no.
So I was like,
Okay.
oh. So, but here's the thing.
Danny was wondering why you didn't come into Livermore, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
there must have been a reason.
The H train doesn't ride on weekends.
the weekday
so usually I would have gone to Sac to Stockton and then Stockton.
We might be able to pull it off for like a weekend, like a Friday thing, because she works during the week. I can't have stuff going on in the evenings past 9, 10 o'clock.
Right, exactly.
Whereas on a Friday, if you come over, we can spend all day recording.
Yeah, and then I can.
And in the evening, stay the night there, and we can do whatever the next day.
On my job, I can take whenever I want.
That's what's nice to work for family, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I work for myself.
I'm also, and I'm getting more hours, and it's slowly it might become mine and my brother's business.
Oh, good. Right on, man. I hope it goes well. Yeah. So what else in the chat? Let's see looks like Uncle Raymond's got a comment here. Oops. He said, okay.
Boomster Black said, Alex, I will buy you the program. You and Laz sign in, Johnny too. I'll send money if you can. I appreciate it. So
For what?
Like a program for the Giants game.
What do you mean?
So Boomster's saying, he wants to buy a program off.
Oh, buy a program. Okay.
Give it to you for free.
Well, do they have programs anymore for every game?
Usually when you walk in, if you ask someone, they usually have a program. They'll give you one.
Oh, so have us sign it and send it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
He wants Johnny too as well, but
yeah,
he's not with us. I will say
he's not here right now. It's not at the game.
If it gets left with Laz, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he can come by. He comes by Mondays. He comes through the area, and I might be around tomorrow.
Booster's also Canadian. So.
Oh, Booster. Oh, that's right. You're connected to Sandia.
But a program more, that could be a smaller.
No, we can send that.
Yeah, we can send that. It's not a big package.
Right. Hopefully the president lets it through the border.
I know, Booster. I want to do. I keep telling him.
Yeah.
We got to do a kayak one of these years.
Yeah, we got to do the kayak.
Yeah.
Well, maybe later this year.
We got 2 months. Yeah, I was looking it up.
Later this year. I mean, I won't be here for October though. I hope the Giants get into October.
That's the thing. October. No. We're talking about this month and next month. Right. October. That's playoff baseball.
Yeah,
that's playoff baseball.
That's when you really want to be out there.
Oh yeah.
The ball comes over.
That's true.
Yeah, that's when you want to get the ball.
It's true.
October, baby.
Good point.
I'll be in Peru. Well, the first week and a half of October,
which is mostly that would be like the biggest time of. It's because October baseball doesn't go on in October.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We talked a bit about baseball. We talked a bit about the Creed Mammoth show. Of course, Wolf killed it, but he was, it was still daylight out, and it's not the same as like a night show. We have lights and everything. But of course, that guy just freaking rocks. And then Sevendust was okay. I never really was that into them. I wasn't into that kind of music that much. Even Creed, I was never really into Creed that much. But I went there mostly for Mammoth, and then Tremonti's badass, And that new PRS guitar he's playing, guys, go check it out. I'm not going to put it in the description unless I have a chance. I might be able to find it and throw it in the description. But there's a American Musical Supply kind of like Tremonti's rig thing they just posted 2 days ago, and you can see him talking about the live rig. No, it's different than that. It's not even available for sale. It's a custom.
Oh, it's not. Oh.
It's a totally custom made guitar that he and Paul worked. And it's his favorite thing now. And like I said, it looks like a marriage between a PRS and a like a Firebird or something. The bottom of it kind of goes longer, kind of like a Firebird. It's sick. It's awesome looking. It's very cool. Check it out. I don't know if it's going to become like a signature guitar of his or something with them, but it's a custom, one of his own.
Is it that one?
No, it's not. It's not a Les Paul shape at all. Like I said, it looks like here. I'll find a picture. Oh, you know what's on my phone? I can't.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
what you want to do is go to.
You can find it, because I just want to see what it looks like.
Creed Live. Go like on Google or YouTube. Go to YouTube and just go to one of his most recent shows, and you'll be able to clip it out of there.
Okay.
Yep. Just go Creed Live Show 2025. Then you'll see it. But go check that out. Tremonti's a badass, man. And then Alter Bridge recorded at 5150 Studio. So he's got a lot of Van Halen stories, a lot of stories with Wolf and of course with Edward. So yeah, they're friends, and they have a storied history, Tremonti and Wolfie, right? Very, very cool. Very supportive of each other. I think Tremonti they probably got some support by Van Halen early on, probably, right?
Yeah.
That's probably where the friendship might have grown.
Yeah, probably a friendship, but I'm trying to think like.
I mean, we saw him with Alter Bridge, me and Brent up in Reno. That show was awesome, man.
Because it could be very possible just because of my because of Tremonti.
Because of Tremonti,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So yeah, they're all supporting each other, which is beautiful too, you know. So go check out some of the shows. I'll post some more video stuff, you know, up on Facebook and Instagram, on my Music Therapy Labs Instagram page and my Music Therapy Labs page on Facebook, of course. And yeah, man. That's it, right? So, should we call it? All right, Johnny didn't make it to the show, but next time, bro. Until then, be good or be good at it. And don't forget, the secret to tone is in your mind, but the feel comes from the heart. Put it together with your friends, musical instruments, and rock on, man. Laters. Happy Sunday.